knowing and not knowing. Firmly believing that they were speaking sacrosanct truths while uttering the most contrived lies. Considering two opinions valid at the same time that cancelled each other out. Knowing them to be contradictory to each other and yet believing both, using logic against logic. Denying morality precisely in the act of claiming it. Believing that democracy is impossible and at the same time seeing the party as its only guarantor. Forgetting everything that needed to be claimed. But, if necessary, being ready to recall it to memory, and then possibly forgetting it again. Doublethink implies the ability to simultaneously accommodate two conflicting opinions in one's mind, accepting them both. After all, how do we know that 2 + 2 = 4? Or that the force of gravity really exists? Or that the past is immutable? What if the external world exist only in Yurmindand Yurmindis under control? You think that reality is something objective, external, something that has an autonomous existence. You also believe that the nature of reality is self-evident. When you deceive yourself and think you see something, you assume everyone else sees what you see. But I tell you, Winston, that reality is not something external. Reality exists only in the mind, nowhere else. If all the documents told the same tale, Thiele became a historical fact, and therefore true. The masses never rebel spontaneously, and they don't rebel because they are oppressed. In reality, until they are allowed toma comparisons, they do not even become aware of being oppressed. Until they become aware of their strength, they will not rebel and, until they rebel, they will not become aware of their strength. If well-being and security had become a common good, the majority of people who are normally immobilized by poverty would have become literate, thus learning to think autonomously. And once this had happened, they would have understood sooner or later that the privileged minority had no function and they would have swept it away. In our society, those who know perfectly well what is happening are also those who are least able to see the world as it is. Acrazy personis just a minority made up of just one person. What the masses think or don't think meets with the utmost indifference. They can be guaranteed intellectual freedom precisely because they have no intellect. All the beliefs, customs, tastes, emotions, and mental attitudes that characterize our time have in reality been programmed for the sole purpose of supporting the mystique of the party and of preventing Tronicherif contemporary society from being grasped. Power is not a means, it is an end. The goal of persecution is persecution. The goal of torture is torture. The end of power is power. Whoever controls the past, said the slogan of the party, controls the future. Whoever controls the present controls the past. If the party called Stikitchen Sintathipe stand say about this or that event that it had never happened, wasn't that even more terrible than torture or death? The history was a palimpsest that could be scraped and rewritten as many times as one wanted. In no case it was possible, once the work was completed, to demonstrate that any falsification had taken place. Peddling deliberate license, believing them with purity of heart, forgetting every event has become inconvenient, and then, when it becomes necessary again, bringing it out of oblivion for as long as it takes, denying the existence of objective reality and at the same time taking advantage of it reality that is denied. All of this is indispensable, absolutely. If you can fully feel that it is worth preserving your condition as human beings even when it has no practical effect, you have succeeded in defeating them.